Larry Scott, the Golden Boy, the legend. Legends arrive in many seasons. Ronnie Coleman and the Haney with 8 straight Mr. Olympia crowns. Arnold Schwarzenegger with 7 in a row. Chris Bumstead reigning through the 2019 to 2024 Mr. Olympia. Despite this incredible feat, only one man holds a different kind of honor. The title of the first ever Mr. Olympia. That man was none other than Mr. Larry D. Scott. Alright, enough glazing. Let's talk about Larry Scott. His story is inspiring, so grab your popcorn, sit down, settle in, and let's begin. Larry was born in Idaho on October 13, 1938, to Tia and Wayne Scott. He was a short and skinny kid, the most unlikely to become a bodybuilder, talk less the title of Mr. Olympia. Because of his stature, he was excluded from contact sports, so he did what small boys often do when doors are closed. He found another door, gymnastics, which he quite exceeded competitively at. At the age of 16, a magazine changed everything. Larry entered the gym for the first time after encountering a bodybuilding magazine. He flipped through the pictures of sculpted bodies and read the simple promise: anyone could build a powerful physique. This was enough to spark the interest of bodybuilding in young Larry Scott. Larry was short, 5'11", and weighed just 130 pounds. With physique and genetic like his, most would have shrugged and kept living. But Larry was different. He went home and started his rigorous training. For 3 months he pushed hard, then looked in the mirror and saw almost nothing. No progress. Most people would have stopped here, but Larry did not. He went back to the drawing board, studying himself the way a craftsman studies a flawed piece of wood, and redoubled his efforts. Discovering that he had a fast metabolism, he began ingesting an enormous amount of calories. The result was real. In a handful of years, he added 50 pounds of sheer earned mass. By 20, he had a body worthy of the stage. In 1959, he entered Mr. Idaho and won. Shortly after, he left Idaho, drew a straight line to California, and enrolled in a trade school. While Larry was going to school, he picked up a part-time job at a bike repair shop, kept training, and kept competing. In 1960, Larry won in the Amateur Athletic Union Mr. California contest. The following year, he won the AAU Mr. Pacific Coast contest. Around this time, Larry would meet 2 people who would strongly influence the trajectory of his career: Rio Blair and Vince Gironda. You could say this meeting was fate, because Blair was an innovative supplement manufacturer of his era who made dairy-based protein powders that were highly sought after by the masses. Blair tightened Larry's nutrition so the weight he gained was muscle, not fluff. Gironda, on the other hand, was nicknamed the Iron Guru. He shaped the line and proportion of Larry's physique. He specialized in producing symmetrical and defined physique, the kind of balance that catches light on stage and the eye in photographs. With Blair's food and Gironda's technique, 2 angelic wings, Larry soared into the pinnacle of bodybuilding. In 1962, he captured the Mr. America title. In 1964, he took Mr. Universe. He had climbed the highest peak the sport offered. That was it. He had reached the top. Until 1965, Mr. America was the summit. That year, Joe and Ben Wader announced a new contest, Mr. Olympia. The venue was the Brooklyn Academy of Music in New York City. It was a small but exciting moment in sport. Larry was already a star. He embodied the sport's beachside Adonis image of bodybuilding and became the golden boy of the sport after winning the IFBB Mr. America title in 1962 and the IFBB Mr. Universe title in 1964. When he stepped out of the wings at the first Mr. Olympia, those who were there still talk about it.
When he pauses, right there, and he pauses and looks, that's because the noise level was just beyond comprehension. Just unbelievable.
In the Wider's post-contest report, they wrote, "As soon as he stepped out of the wings, the auditorium exploded with thunderous applause. It was deafening, a roar, and flashbulbs flooded the stage with so much light that it seemed as if the sun had risen. The decision was unanimous. The crowd's reaction sealed it as loudly as the judges' scores. Larry Scott was the first ever Mr. Olympia, the world's greatest bodybuilder. Witnesses still say that the crowd's reaction to Larry's entry was the loudest and most emotional ever witnessed in bodybuilding history. He returned the following year and won again, making it 2 consecutive Olympia crowns. At the age of 28, Larry retired, not because he had run out of muscle, but because he had reached the peak and wanted something different from life. The retirement sent shockwaves throughout bodybuilding. The first king was stepping down at the height of his reign. Larry became a coach, an entrepreneur, and a speaker, passing on what he learned about training, diet, and discipline.
One of the best of all time during his time.
If Larry Scott's story teaches one thing, it's this: potential is not a prophecy, it is a starting point. He began with unremarkable genetics, and day by day, he transformed them through stubborn curiosity and relentless work. He pushed past what others expected of him, and in doing so, became the man whose name would become a legend. Larry Scott, the Golden Boy, the legend, wasn't just the first Mr. Olympia. He was proof that talent combined with relentless hard work makes history. If you watch the video to the end, it would be amazing if you hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section what you would want to see as the next video. Peace.